Rebirth of the Strongest Empress, Chapter 1619, page 4. Chapter 16, I Will Seek Revenge Myself, 1. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Yi Qingtang's words made Master C frown slightly. If any another person from the Yi family had come today, he would have called people to drag the person away. However, Yi Qingtang was the young lady of the Yi family and the only child of Master Yi. Thus, she was the next successor to the Yi family. After a moment of silence, Master C finally said, I can let you try today, however. His gaze sharpened. If you cannot verbally explain the method to save my third grandson to us, don't even think about walking out this door. Sibai's expression changed slightly. Just as he was about to persuade his grandfather, Yi Qingtang agreed without hesitation. Okay. Master C scoffed and turned towards Master Physician Shu. Master Physician Shu, good thing you're here today. Please look over from the side later. If anyone tries to harm my third grandson. Master Physician Shu responded, Don't worry Master C, I'll be looking carefully. It was only then that Master C nodded in satisfaction. Afterward, he turned to look at Yi Qingtang with a piercing gaze as if there were two sharp blades hidden in his eyes. Yi Qingtang, I'll give you a chance. Now, tell us the method to save my third grandson. Yi Qingtang looked at Master C who wore an if you say it wrong you are dead meat expression. She knew that Sibai was Master C's favorite grandson, yet she did not expect Master C to be cautious to this extent. Even though he ordered Master Physician Shu to pay attention beside her, he did not even give her the opportunity to take the pulse of Sibai and wanted her to directly give the answer. In terms of being overbearing, this old grandfather was undoubtedly the first. Can I not take the pulse of the third young master? Yi Qingtang asked to test the waters. Master C scoffed as if it was a matter of fact. Obviously. All right. Whatever you say. With no hint of anxiousness or annoyance, she asked someone to bring some pen and ink over and wrote a prescription on the spot. Upon seeing this, Master Physician Shu silently shook his head from the side. Even he could tell that Master C was driving Yi Qingtang into a corner, without even letting this young lady to check Sibai's situation. How could she come up with a treatment? Sibai looked slightly perplexed. On the other hand, an ice-cold expression was etched onto Master C's face as he waited to order people to take her away the moment she was done writing. Then, he could vent his anger on her. Without spending much time, Yi Qingtang wrote 2 lengthy prescriptions and directly presented them to Master C. Master C did not even spare a glance and laughed coldly. Yi Qingtang, you have not even seen the condition of my third grandson yet still dared to write a prescription in such a steadfast manner. I think that you are not here to save a life but instead to take a life. Yi Qingtang looked at Master C, not knowing whether to laugh or to cry. First, he did not even let her take Sibai's pulse. And now, he was claiming that she randomly wrote a prescription. She was aware that given the C's hatred towards the Yi family, Master C would definitely make things difficult for her. However, since Master Physician Shu is here today, why don't Master C let him take a look at the prescription first before making a conclusion? Yi Qingtang smiled as her eyes were full of confidence. I'll let you have a deathbed struggle, scoffed Master C. I just want to see how much longer you can be so stubborn and not admit your mistake. Then, he passed the prescription to Master Physician Shu without taking his eyes away from her. Yi Qingtang shrugged casually. Master Physician Shu read through the prescription very carefully. The slight worry on his face from before was gradually replaced by shock as he read on. This prescription, Master Physician Shu suddenly exclaimed. Seeing this, Master C pounded the table and stood up. With a finger pointed at Yi Qingtang he shouted, Yi Qingtang, what more do you have to say? Chapter 17, I Will Seek Revenge Myself, 2. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Upon hearing the commotion, the servants outside the hall entered the hall and rolled up their sleeves, ready to take Yi Qingtang down. Forget it, grandfather. Sibai stood up suddenly and walked to Yi Qingtang's side. He did not believe that Yi Qingtang was able to treat him at such a young age. Sibai, move away. Master C's face darkened quickly. Sibai frowned slightly. Looking towards Yi Qingtang, he muttered discreetly, Lady Yi, I'll send you back. Then, he tried to bring Yi Qingtang away. However, Yi Qingtang stood still without budging. With a faint smile, she turned to him and shook her head. Sibai's eyes were filled with puzzlement. He did not know that the young lady of the Yi family was this stubborn. Given his grandfather's hatred towards the Yi family, it was likely that he would cut Yi Qingtang up. If she did not leave now, she would probably never be able to leave anymore. As expected, right as Si Bai thought about that fact, Master Si ordered loudly, "Take Yi Qingtang away." Upon hearing the commotion, the servants outside the hall entered the hall and rolled up their sleeves, ready to take Yi Qingtang down. However, wait. A misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. Returning back to his senses after a state of astonishment, Master Physician Shu made a frenzied dash towards the front of Yi Qingtang and shielded her with his shivering hands the moment he saw Master Si ordering people to take her away. He raised the prescription in his hands and looked at Master Si with flustered eyes. "Master Physician Shu, what are you doing?" Master Si looked confusedly at the man who suddenly came forward to disrupt the scene. Master Physician Shu was about to cry from anxiety. "Master Si, do not injure Lady Yi. Do not injure her." "Why not? Her prescription obviously wants to harm my third. This prescription is real. It can really save the third young master's life," he said hurriedly. Master Si looked at him unbelievingly. "What did you say?" Master Physician Shu let out a deep breath. After sorting out his emotions, he said, "Previously, I told Master that removing the toxin in the third young master was almost impossible. In this world, the only prescription that can completely remove inherited ice toxin can only be found in the ancient book of medicine. However, this book has been missing for a long time, and my master had only been able to obtain fragments of a few pages of the book. A while ago, I noticed that the two prescriptions Lady Yi wrote indeed are targeted towards eliminating the poison within the third young master. With long-term medication, the poison can be effectively removed. Although I dare not say that he will be able to enjoy longevity, however, living up to 30 years old is definitely not a problem." Master Physician Shu was extremely excited. Never would he have believed that he would see a prescription from the ancient book of medicine from a 15-year-old girl. God knows how precious this book was to all the physicians in the world. Many people had spent their entire lifetime looking for it, yet they were not even able to find any fragments of the book. However, he was able to see it today, in the writing of a young girl. At this point, Master Physician Shu looked at Yi Qingtang with unparalleled fervor. Master Si was completely taken aback. Master Physician Shu shared a deep relationship with the Si family, and he was extremely skilled. Naturally, Master Si could believe whatever he said. Then, Master Si's expression changed slightly. Si Bai, who was standing aside, froze for a moment. He looked with astonishment at Yi Qingtang, whose expression was calm. Yi Qingtang flashed him a small smile and stepped forward, facing Master Si. "Can Master Si trust me now?" Chapter 18, I Will Seek Revenge Myself, 3. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Master Si frowned slightly. He did not know how to react to what just happened. He initially thought Yi Qingtang was here to seek death, yet who knew? She really was able to write a life-saving prescription to cure the toxin. "Bring some tea for Lady Yi," said Master Si as he took a deep breath. Seeing the change of orders from their master, the servants who were initially in the hall immediately left in dejection. A young male servant who understood what was going on quickly served Yi Qingtang a cup of tea. "Take a seat," Master Si said while looking at Yi Qingtang. Although his tone was still strict, the words he used were significantly less harsh. No matter how much he hated the Yi family previously, it was undeniable that Yi Qingtang's prescription could really save Si Bai's life. Yi Qingtang received the cup of tea. Recognizing the change in Master Si's attitude, she took a seat on a chair beside. The ancient book of medicine had indeed been lost for a long time. However, 300 years later in Yi Qingtang's previous life, the book was found. Yi Qingtang had flipped through the entire book, and with her photographic memory, she was able to clearly memorize everything on the book. Although the ice toxin within Si Bai was seen as an incurable disease by current physicians, 300 years later, it was not a big deal at all. Si Bai relaxed as well. Looking at how his grandfather's expression changed, he silently chuckled and returned to his seat. The atmosphere in the hall was very peculiar. As though he had not adjusted to the drastic change of events, Master Si took a few sips of tea silently as he sized Yi Qingtang up with a deep gaze in search of answers. "Why do you want to save my third grandson?" he finally asked after a while. Like fire and water, the Si family has a deep hatred towards the Yi family and can never get along well. "As the young lady of the Yi family, why do you want to help us, the Sis?" he questioned. While he believed in the authenticity of the prescriptions, he could not guess the reason behind Yi Qingtang's willingness to help the Si family. Yi Qingtang replied, "The Yi family is no longer the same Yi family as before." Master Si frowned slightly. "Master Si should know that my father's health has been deteriorating in recent years. The great elder of the Yi family, who has been wanting the family clan master position for a long time, saw this as the opportunity to take over my father's power. Now, my father no longer controls the Yi family, and most of the people in the Yi residence are all on the great elder's side. Given the great elder's ambition, both my father and I have become a thorn in his flesh and would not hesitate to get rid of us," Yi Qingtang said without hurry. "In order for Master Si to let down his guard, she must say the truth, or else she will not be able to reach her objectives given the Si family's hatred towards the Yis." After hearing the term Great Elder of the Yi family, Master Si's frown deepened. It was this Great Elder who Master Si suspected as the culprit behind the poisoning of Si Bai's mother. Plotting to murder the family clan master and his successor is a major offense in a family clan. Even if the Great Elder of the Yi family wants to harm you, he needs to act carefully as well. "If this news spreads, he will not be able to become the family clan master," said Master Si as he did not easily believe Yi Qingtang's words. Yi Qingtang chuckled and responded, "If he really wants to harm us, it would be easy, wouldn't it?" She paused for a moment and continued, "Yi Yu, a girl from the Yi family and the biological granddaughter of the Great Elder, was accepted into the Yongxiao sect as an exception several days ago after the Yongxiao sect master took a fancy to her. I wonder if you have heard of this." Chapter 19, I Will Seek Revenge Myself, 4. Translator, Atlas Studios. Editor, Atlas Studios. Master Si was shocked upon hearing Yongxiao sect. The Yongxiao sect was renowned as a large, powerful sect with highly skilled disciples such that any disciple was strong enough to overturn the imperial court. "I have heard about it somewhat." Yi Qingtang laughed and said, "So, does Master Si know why Yongxiao sect took a fancy to her?" Master Si stayed silent for a moment. "I heard that Yi Yu has a supreme grade spirit root." The news of Yi Yu being selected by Yongxiao sect had long been circulated around Lin Town. Even more so, it was the Great Elder of the Yi family who let out the news of Yi Yu's supreme grade spirit root. She let out a burst of laughter suddenly, of which had an indescribable hint of sarcasm. "That spirit root was originally mine." Master Si was taken aback for a moment. "That spirit root was Yi Qingtang's?" She lifted her shirt up a little, showing her abdomen. Although it was only the size of 2 fingers, a hideous scar was painfully obvious on her fair skin. "It was Yi Yu who personally cut open my abdomen, dug out my spirit root, and put it into her body. All of this was the Great Elder's intention. In order to let his granddaughter obtain a supreme grade spirit root, he did not hesitate to harm me. Then, in order to snatch the position of the family clan master, why would he let a stumbling block like me off?" She put her shirt down indifferently as she spoke calmly as though she had not personally experienced all that misery. This sight completely shocked everyone in the hall. Cutting open the abdomen to dig the spirit root. What cruelty! The spirit root was the root of every powerful person's ability to stay safe and pursue their goals, as well as the source of their energy. To dig out another's spirit root and use it for oneself was not just despicable but also prohibited even to the evilest person. Who would have thought that such an act actually happened in the Yi family? Master Si took a deep breath. At this instant, he finally noticed that the reason Yi Qingtang came to the Si family was to find a way out for her and her father. Given how the Great Elder was in complete control of the Yi family now, it seemed that both father and daughter would be in danger in days to come. With bright and clear eyes, she looked at Master Si and continued. "These 2 prescriptions can help third young master to get out from his predicament and as a display of my sincerity. Not only can I let him be free from pain, but I can also make him be as healthy as normal people and ensure he lives up to hundreds of years old." Her words struck Master Si's weak spot. He had put in so much effort only to let Si Bai live longer. "What do you want the Si family to do for you?" "If you want us to stand up for you, I'm afraid that is impossible. If we could harm the Yi family, I would have destroyed your entire family long ago," Master Si replied. Yi Qingtang chuckled. "I'll stand up for myself and seek revenge myself. I just need the Si family to help me with a favor. You may ask anything as long as it does not involve the internal fighting within the Yi family," promised Master Si. A trace of laughter flashed across Yi Qingtang's eyes. What she wanted was exactly this promise. "I wish for Master Si to refer me to someone Who? Musu. Master C's expression changed, and he looked at Yi Qingtang weirdly. Musu was the city lord of Fallen Stars City. His name was well known all over the city, and his skills were immeasurable. He was an extremely powerful person of high status who had close relations with many sect masters. Even the monarch had to lower his head whenever he saw Musu. The C family and Musu had close connections. However, only a handful of people in the C family knew about this. Where did Yi Qingtang find out about it from?